Hey there, welcome to today's tutorial where we are diving headfirst into fascinating world of building your own chatbot using Botpress framework. Before we delve into the exciting process of creating chatbots, let's take a moment to understand what they are. Chatbots are intelligent virtual agents that interact with the users through text or speech, providing information and assistance. In today's digital landscape, mastering the skill of building chatbots is a top trend that can lead to numerous opportunities, whether it's earning substantial income through freelancing platforms or offering real-time support and streamlining tasks through AI automation agents. Whether you are a small business owner aiming to improve customer service, an entrepreneur seeking to automate FAQs, or a large enterprise looking to scale customer interactions, our tutorial today will equip you with the tools to create chatbots that enhance user experience and streamline operations. So let's roll up our sleeves and get started. Alright, let's start with the essentials. Here's what you need. Gather your business information like FAQs or relevant paragraphs. These will serve as foundation for training your chatbot. WordPress account to build the chatbot and flow. To begin with, let's go over the requirements. In this example, I am going to show you how you can gather the information from this particular Airbnb travel company. So we are going to create a customer service chatbot for this company. This company also has the frequently asked questions as well. So we can get all these kinds of data for training the chatbot. I actually captured this data and created it into a Google document. And here we have added those frequently asked questions as well. So as you can see here, my data is combination of frequently asked questions and also some kind of paragraphs as well. This is the data you can use. Here's one more convenient way of doing that in WordPress. That is, you can go to the website of the particular company and directly use the link in the WordPress and let AI do the magic. Now let's set the stage by understanding the tools we will be working with. Our main hero here is Botpress. Botpress simplifies chatbot development, making it a perfect fit for creating responsive and user-friendly chatbot interfaces. I'm in WordPress right now. You need to go sign up for an account. It's totally free. Now I will have a couple of options here to kind of launch our chatbot with. I'm going to start with a template and then just kind of start with the basic empty chatbot here. Launch it like that. Alright, cool. So we are in our workspace now. And you can see that we are having a starting node and an ending node. Basically, every other node, every other piece of logic we add to our chatbot is going to happen between the start and the ending node. For the sake of this video, we are going to be pretending to be a customer service advisor for a travel company, Airbnb, and we are building custom trained AI chatbot that provides assistance based on common customer questions. There are three important elements inside WordPress that we need to understand in order to get started building out our chatbot. The first is called a node, the second is called a card, and the third is called an expression. Okay, so let's start off with the node. To add a node, I'm just going to right click and add a standard node right here. These are basically the building blocks of our chatbot. I'm going to give this a name. This is going to be my introduction node. I will link my start to my introduction node by adding a little link just like that. So this is the first node that our users will see when they are interacting with our custom chatbot. Now, in order to give this node any content, we need to add something called a card. Our second most important element. From inside a node, we are going to add a card. You can see here all the cards that we can add. We can send message in different formats to our user, or we can collect information from a user from down here. I'm going to start off with the little text card here, and I'm going to send a message to our user that says something like that. Hey, welcome to Airbnb. I am your personalized travel advisor today. Something like that. That will be the first message that our user sees when they interact with our chat. I want to ask our user, hey, do you have any questions for me? In order to do that, I'm going to add another node. I'm going to give it a name, questions, and I'm going to add a card. I'm going to use something called a single choice card. Essentially, I'm going to ask the user, do you have any questions? With a single choice field, it essentially gives them a button or two buttons at the bottom of the question. One will say yes, and the one will say no. They will have to click either yes or no, and then based on what they click, we can send them down different paths of the chat flow. Now I will go to my introduction node and add a card and drop an expression. Remember, our expression is essentially something that we use to get from one node to another, either by conditional logic or not by conditional logic. Here we don't want any conditional logic. We just want our expression to always send from introduction every single time to the questions node. I can connect just like this. Now I want to show you how we can transform this standard chatbot into a custom trained AI chatbot by creating our own knowledge base that it can learn from and then pull from it answers to the questions from our website. So let's do that right now. I'm going to add a standard node and I'm just going to call this AI knowledge base or something like that. Okay, whatever. I'm going to add in a card. I'm going to add a single choice card. I'm going to say, what would you like to know? And then I'm actually going to change this single choice to raw input. So just a text. User can ask any question they want in a string. I'm going to create a variable and name it question, just in case we need that later. We probably won't, but it's just a good habit. Now, how can I turn this node into a custom trained AI node that can answer our user's question? In order to do that, I'm going to come over here and click this little button here called Add Knowledge Base. I'm going to hit knowledge base source and you can do a bunch of different things here. You can upload text into knowledge base, upload document with bunch of information from the website, or you can just go for a web search and link straight to your domain on your website. It can pull information from across your website to use as its knowledge base. That's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to hit web search. I'm going to search on a specific website and I want to pull my information from Airbnb website. I want my chatbot to answer my questions based on the information on Airbnb website. So I'm going to copy that and paste that in right here and just get back to the domain. Alright, my knowledge base is set up, and so in order to turn this on, I'm going to come right back here to my node, and all I'm going to do is click on it. Just click on the name right here, and I'm going to hit Enable Knowledge Answering. You can see this little book pop-ups. This is knowledge base node. So any question that my user asks will basically search this knowledge base and hope to find some information. If my knowledge base does not have the answer to their question, I want to basically send them an error message like, hey, sorry, I don't know the answer to that question. In order to do that, I'm going to add an expression. I want to give it a condition of exclamation point. Turn.knowledgeagent.responded. So basically, if the knowledge agent does not respond, I'm going to send this to an error node right here. That's going to say something like, I don't know the answer to that question, just like that. But otherwise, if the knowledge agent does respond, I essentially just want to return my visitor back to the question node again and say, do you have any more questions? So I will add another expression here, and this one will just be always true. Anytime I answer their question, I always send them back to the question node right here to ask them again, do you have any questions? Does that make any sense? I hope it does. I also want to add an expression here to my error node that does the same thing. So they get this message. Sorry, I don't know the answer to that question. And then I just bring them always back to, do you have any more questions? And if they say no, conversation will end. So let's test this whole thing out now and make sure AI knowledge base is working. I will just say hello and it says, hey, welcome to Airbnb. I'm your travel advisor today. Do you have any questions? I will hit yes. What would you like to know? Well, do I, how do I contact a host if I have questions regarding booking? Hit enter. It's now searching the knowledge base, searching the Airbnb website. And cool. We have got some answers here. So there, let us ask again. How do the payments work? All right, cool. Um, let's ask another question. Do aliens exist? Sorry, I do not know the answer to that. All right, cool, awesome. So that's working. I get routed back right there. Do you have any more questions? I'm going to hit no. And that is the end of our conversation. Yes, you made it. Congratulations on mastering the art of building chatbots using Botpress. Keep experimenting and remember, chatbot journey has just begun.